The business really evolved from a distribution heritage. Stuart had worked in distribution for many years. I had worked more on the fund administration side of the business and in the funds industry in Ireland and in the UK. And we really looked at the industry and noticed that a number of the players in the market who managed funds in Dublin had their own fund infrastructures in Ireland. It really wasn't what I would call where they were adding value in their business. And we thought to ourselves, if we can help investment managers by creating an infrastructure in Ireland which takes a lot of that day-to-day managing of a fund away from them and leaves them to focus on actually investing money and distributing their product, I think we would have a really strong solution. So that's how it really evolved. We looked at it, we approached an investment manager who had an existing structure in Ireland, and we said, look, why don't we take over the running of that infrastructure? You become the investment manager. And that created really what was the fund platform that then has evolved over a number of years now into a $4 billion platform with 9 different managers and about 17 funds. A good way to give you an example of how the business works is maybe just to look at a live example that we're doing at the moment. So we would have a US investment manager that we're talking to at the moment who has a 40 Act product in the US, a very successful retail product in the US. And they're looking at how they can bring that to the international market through a UCITS structure. So they approached us and said, how could we help them in Ireland? And what we do then is we took their product, we analysed it, we looked at the investment strategy, the performance, etc. And we brought it to a number of distributors that we know in Europe. And the distributors have assessed the product, they really like it. We've got the two parties talking, and we're the people in the middle who can create the fund and bring the infrastructure together. So what we've created is the supply from the investment manager, we have the demand from a distributor in Europe, and we can bring it all together. And that's the ideal model for us going forward. So what we really look for are investment funds that we think have got real potential to raise significant assets in Europe and have a very strong investment manager behind them. We've been very lucky in terms of how the values of the business have developed over the years. We were able to set the business up from scratch, so the values that were important to Stuart and to myself and to the first people who joined the firm were really important. We always said we wanted to work with clients who we really like and the people that we really like at those investment companies, and we've built really strong relationships with all of those people. And then from a staffing point of view, we recruit people that we trust and we believe they have a job to do. How they get that job done is up to them. So we really do build a working environment around work-life balance, families coming first, and we really live that every day. So the values of the company are about a big family of people who get on, but who also really get on with all of the clients as well that we work with. Around the world, in every jurisdiction, we're seeing increasingly onerous regulatory environments. And it's very understandable. And I think it's always done for the benefit of investors who are the most important people in the funds industry. The environment in Ireland is no different. We have recently seen new regulations in Ireland, such as the CP86 regulations, which really mean that there are more expertise on the ground in Ireland overseeing the investment funds infrastructure there. So we've had to recruit very strong, experienced people in areas such as fund risk, investment management, regulatory and compliance, operational risk, etc., to really provide an infrastructure that supports both the investment managers on our fund, our own fund platform, but also, most importantly, gives the most ultimate protection to the underlying investors in our investment funds. I was recently asked by a friend about what the CEO of the business does. And it's a role that I've had to evolve myself over a number of years. And I think what's key to me in this is, first, I have a number of stakeholders in the business. I have to build a really strong team around me of people, and the man management aspects of being a CEO is a really key part, because if you have all the people in the business working together in harmony and well coordinated, that's the primary thing. But that leads then to a strong service to your clients. And it also leads to a strong performance for your stakeholders, who are the shareholders in the business. So you have to keep your various stakeholders in mind as the CEO of the business. Ultimately, I'm responsible from a regulatory perspective to make sure that everything is compliant. And really fundamentally, that is what we are in the industry. We are a compliance business, and it may not sound sexy, but that's what we are. And the most important thing to me is to be able to sleep at night knowing that we are doing everything that we can as a business to make sure the products, the investment funds that we have are compliant with all the rules and regulations, both of Central Bank of Ireland, for UCITS rules and regulations, ESMA, etc. That's my number one priority. You do that, you've got everything, you've got a good platform to work from. I really believe that for all employees, being happy outside of work makes you happier inside of work too. And that's that real work life balance. And we really encourage all of our staff to get involved in extracurricular activities, charity work outside of work. So this could be, actively being involved in charities, or it could be community related projects. So, for example, myself, I'm the chairman of a football club, a community-based football club, not for profit, in the League of Ireland, in the Premier League there, Drogheda United. And I spend a lot of my time outside of work doing that, but it's bringing something back to the community of the town I grew up in, and where I was born, and it's something that I think brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. And it's also a lot of fun when you're a football fan. Running a football club is something fantastic. But there's a lot of analogies in running a football club and running a fund management company as well. It's all about getting good people behind you, getting them working well together. Try to focus on the future, build slowly and steadily, and but again, what are you trying to do? You're trying to keep your clients happy, like your supporters. You're trying to keep the team happy. You're trying to meet their needs, and there's an awful lot of analogies there. But in addition to that, what we also see is we really encourage a lot of our employees to get involved in the environmental side of things. We support tree planting projects both in Ireland and in the UK. As I say, we support a number of other projects. We're looking at a marine-based project in Dublin as well, in Dublin Bay, to support that at the moment, and also to help underprivileged children who may be able to, learn more by being involved in going out on boats in the sea and really engaging in marine life and things like that. So we've got lots of projects like that. Again, why do we do it? Why do we encourage it? We encourage it because, as I say, it makes us, as an organization, give something back as well, and something just, it's tangible rather than just a little bit of fundraising here. Actually, active involvement in that brings a lot of self-fulfillment to our employees, and it makes, again, them happier in the environment that we create in the company.